everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erica with Memory Box Candle Co. And I make videos all about the journey of starting a candle business. And the purpose of my channel is really to help educate and inspire those of you that are wanting to start your own candle businesses as well. And I actually just wanted to give you a little bit of a free gift today. It is a downloadable checklist for when you launch your candle business. So it is a candle business launch checklist, and it's just going through some things that you should be considering as you are leading up to the launch of your candle business. So if you go to ericamariemorris.com/checklist, you can go ahead and download this free guide to help you out in the process. And yes, I'm so excited that I'm working on my own website. So this is just kind of the first thing I want to help give back to you, because my viewers do so much for me, so I'm really just working on giving the most value and providing the most help that I possibly can with my platforms. Now, this video topic, I feel like it may be one of the most important video topics that you understand and watch prior to starting your candle business. This is something that everybody should be thinking about and making sure that they understand prior to making their product. And that is figuring out who you are selling to, who your customer is. Too many times we are so focused on what the product looks like, how to get the cost of goods down, how to make sure the testing's good, the performance of the candle, and then we just put it out on the marketplace, either your own website, Etsy, and then you're just waiting around. And that's because you have to establish who your customer is prior to actually creating your product. This is something that most companies, when they are developing a product, they find a need in the market before they actually create their product. So this is something that we need to be doing as candle business owners or aspiring candle business owners, that you need to make sure that you are tailoring and customizing, essentially making your product for the customer base that you are going to be selling to. We have to find the customer before we make the product. A few days ago, I made a community post on my YouTube channel asking you what is stopping you from starting your candle business. And I got a whole bunch of different answers, and that really helped me kind of see what is a pain point for you, what is a struggle for you during this process. And I actually had a whole bunch of topics that I wanted to get started with, but they all revolved around this main idea with figuring out who your customer base is. And that helps to alleviate a lot of that paradox of choice, which is another video topic that I wanted to that I wanted to dive down deeper into when it comes to the supplies that you're working with, the fragrance oils. I know that a lot of you struggle with choosing the fragrance oils that you want to use. How many different scents? What are the absolute best scents? And I feel like as soon as you figure out who your customer is, that will guide you in the direction of where you need to be looking and where you need to be thinking of when it comes to how many scents and the kinds of scents that you're going to be offering in your candle line. And I honestly was guilty of it in the beginning of getting started with my candle business. I thought that my target market was just people who like candles. That is very, 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 very broad, and that's honestly the majority of the population. And I'm telling you right now that no matter what product you create, you are not going to make something that everybody is going to like and everybody in the world is going to want to purchase. There's a saying I've heard in the marketing space online that if you try to sell to everyone, you end up selling to no one. So there's no way that the product that you are going to make is going to appeal to every single person. So that's why you have to identify and try to niche down to be able to find your target audience and make a product that's going to appeal to them. So if you are somebody who is struggling with trying to decide what fragrance oils to use for your candle line, if you are kind of overwhelmed with the probably hundreds of thousands of different fragrance oil scents that there are. I completely understand, and I understand the issue or the struggle with being decisive on that, because that was definitely a struggle for me as well. I had it slightly a little bit easier because I do have my niche with nostalgia and the love for nostalgia, and I have a story behind all of my scents. So all of my scents were very specifically chosen based on what it reminded me of and the story that went behind it. So that is my kind of area that I have, but I do have other examples to kind of give you, some examples on other niches and how I would go about doing it, or how you would be able to figure out the scents based on that target market. Now, I know I use this niche a lot, so don't come at me. I know I use this a lot. I have other examples that I haven't talked about before. So the wedding niche. So with that, if we are thinking about brides that are wanting to choose candles either for their wedding day or to give as gifts to their bridesmaids. When I think about weddings, I think about florals, jasmine, rose, I think vanilla, white tea, just more whimsical, light, pretty, very feminine kind of scents. So that would be something that you would probably want to look into if you were wanting to sell candles in that wedding niche. It wouldn't make sense if you were wanting to go with like leather or, I don't know, pipe tobacco or something like that. That just wouldn't make sense if you were offering those as scent options to a bride to choose from. And the second niche example is actually something that I am stepping my foot into, and that is the direction that I am going into, is actually the real estate niche. So I am looking to sell my candles to real estate agents for them to gift to their clients for welcome home gifts. I also am going to provide them with wax melts or candles if they want to use during open houses or home staging to kind of get those scents in the air. So when I was going through this process, I'm thinking, okay, what is the real estate agent going to like? What are the kinds of scents that make the most sense to have as an option for them to gift their clients? So think about clean scents, clean cotton scents. Think about those neutral scents like citrus, things that's going to really kind of clean the air and make it very fresh and inviting, maybe a lavender, maybe like a vanilla, like a sugar cookie kind of scent. These are the scents that you'd want to go to. Something that, again, maybe not like a dragon's blood, incense, that's not very universally liked. We want to make sure that when we are making these products, specifically when I'm thinking about selling it to real estate agents, you want to make sure that it's going to be pretty much a universally liked scent so that it's not going to make the client view it negatively and have a negative impact on the house because they don't like the scent. The next example niche is the traveling niche. So this would be more of like your patchoulis, your earth scents, beachy scents, maybe more of like the oak moss, beachy, like woodsy cedar. Those would be the kind of scents that I would offer if I was targeting people who love to travel, because those are kind of more of your nature scents. So more nature scents, because more than likely people who love to travel, they love that nature, very woodsy, very earthy, very beachy kind of scents. The fourth niche example is like the wellness aromatherapy kind of niche. I've seen this a lot, and I would definitely change the scents to be more, definitely more of like a calming, maybe like lavender, sage, rosemary, chamomile, maybe a little bit of citrus, linen, clean cotton, those kind of scents. And you would, of course, tailor your brand around the wellness and aromatherapy kind of niche. And that is a lot more targeted at people who are, wanting to use it maybe at bath time and just kind of have a relaxation. So many people have actually told me they use my Vinyasa Flow candle, which is lavender, sage, and rosemary, in the bath at night just to relax and have that burning. So it definitely brings on more of that relaxation. And the fifth niche example would be the motorcycle and car enthusiast niche. This is something that Chris and I have actually tried to work on a little bit on the side, and it's been a lot of fun. And this, you would be able to tailor your scents for people that are in that niche, for people that would want to be purchasing scents like tobacco, leather, gasoline, that's a thing, more masculine kind of scents. You wouldn't want to put in florals, jasmines, rose, things like that, because it just wouldn't make sense for that niche. So with all of these examples, it's really not to overwhelm you and give you too many choices. It's really just to show you an example that you need to find your customer first, and everything else will fall into place. You'll be able to make decisions when you can figure out who you're going to be selling to. And there are so many passions and so many things that people love: dogs, cats, horses, specific breeds, specific sports, specific hobbies that people like, that you'd be able to tailor a candle business around. Events, there are so many different things that you can do. And again, this isn't to fuel the paradox of, okay, well, now I don't know what niche. I think I actually have a video on how to settle on a niche, so I will link that above. And I gave, I think, other examples in there. I can't really remember. But it's just so that you can figure out who your target customer is. And I think that will help a lot of you out, because I think a lot of us are just, I've heard this phrase so many times, are just throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks. And you have to have a plan. You have to know who you are selling to before you make your product. You are making your product for your customer. You're making it for the person who is wanting to purchase from you. So that is definitely something that you need to figure out and write that down and spend some time and see where you want to take your candle business and who is your target customer. Because just because we have a candle business and everybody loves candles, it doesn't mean that you are selling to everybody. But anyways, I think I'm gonna end today's video right here. I really, really hope you enjoyed today's video topic. I do think it is very important to establish this at the beginning prior to starting your business. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave it a big thumbs up, as well as subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at Memory Box Candle Co. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.